Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Diablo 3. We're playing with the Necromancer. And we find ourselves in Act 2, looking for Zoltun Kulle's head. Let's see where we can find it. Our objective is to look in the flooded causeways, which conveniently we can find here.
I think we may have a visitor up ahead.
A visitor, you say? No, that's just Kane's satchel.
Diablo was the youngest of the prime evils, but I found him the most dangerous, for his power over terror left him incapable of feeling fear. Though he had easily possessed and corrupted many humans, Diablo's essence was finally trapped in a soul stone and banished to the unfathomable abyss 20 years ago.
Okay, that's good that he's been dealt with. Merchant here.
Listen to me. I cannot talk for long. Belial's guards are constantly watching me.
Are they?
Forgive me for my behavior at court. The gods would have killed me had I sided with you. But I will help you now as I can. You must be headed to the Oasis. I can open this gate for you.
Oh, thank you, Emperor Hakan II.
You must act. Retake control of your city.
There's little I can do. Between my advisors and the Imperial Guard, my every move and action are controlled. I've tried to fight back, but Belial's influence is strong. But now you've given me a chance. Perhaps my only chance.
Okay.
How can you aid me if you are being watched?
You're here to kill Belial, aren't you? I can help.
But you have no power.
I can still fight in my own way. I want my empire back. I will find where Belial is hiding and deliver him to you.
Okay, thanks. Belial on a platter. Okay, cool. Now we don't have to look for him anymore. We'll just wait.
You've already proved yourself untrustworthy.
I told you it was not my choice. My every move is controlled and I'm surrounded by enemies. But I swear to you, I will help you. I will prove it to you.
Okay. And apparently that's where the awkward dialogue is going to end. I swear it did not meant to betray you. Oh, we will see. Ah yes, we have a corpses to absorb. Corpses to absorb and to become more powerful. At least more healthy. Oh, fast arcane enchanted bugs. So let's just stick our skeletons on one of them. And let's get an army of mages up.
I have long waited for this knowledge.
That was inspiring.
Okay. That was inspiring. Let's suck up some corpses. And then have a look at the skills we got. Well, after those things pop in. Whatever they were. We killed them as chickens, and as chickens they shall die. Where we got the final version of the skeletons. Kill command. Now commands your skeletons to explode, dealing a bunch of weapon damage as poison to enemies within 15 yards. So you turn them into suicide commandos. And for blood rush we get molting. Leave a corpse at your original location. I guess corpses are useful in the armor. I'm not really relying on it that much anyway. Sure, let's give it a shot. Because we can always just suck it up again with Devour. In order to get some extra seconds on there.
I'm afraid not.
Oh yeah, note to self, if I send my skeletons off on something, they will explode themselves, which I have to see how useful it's gonna be. We found a little oasis.
It is so beautiful.
Yeah, let's get some skeletons up. And yeah, skeletons, let's go kablooey. And then slowly we will regrow our army. I'm entirely sure.
And Dariel was the only female evil. She aided the lesser evils for many years, but eventually she lost faith in their plots. 2 decades ago, she chose to help Diablo during his resurgence and seize the citadel of the Sightless Eye. Ultimately, she perished at the hands of brave heroes.
I remember those times. I used to be one of those heroes. Good old Diablo 2. Really is too bad that you have to just jump through so many hoops to actually just make it run. Because Diablo 2, it's an old game. From a different era when we had different kinds of graphics cards to optimize for. And of course when our screens were much smaller. But it's still a fun game to play. Ooh, purple. A keyboard awaits for us. So, let's be polite and say hello to the warden. Or the key warden.
I need
Just
essence.
send everything over there. And use their corpses to fuel our essence. And then we have the key warden. So this is missile dampening, I believe, the shield.
My essence is too low.
Oh, we need more essence to send our skeletons off, and then let's just take a small step backwards, shall we? Consume some corpses, get more essence. We summon our mages. And there we are. One a key warden. Dead.
I'm afraid not.
Just keep summoning our mages. They are doing most of the heavy lifting here. Sucking up corpses and just go after the fallen. I think we lost our kill streak at some point. Let's see. Knockback, poison enchanted. We can work with that. Here. Have yourself a dancing golem. Slowly getting pushed back doesn't really help with that. It works alright. Most of them are nearly dead. So let's just see if we can focus our skeletons on the ones that have the lowest amounts of health.
For this knowledge.
And then there I go. Were they health linked? I don't think I saw health linked, but them all dying nearly at the same time kind of coincides with that effect. Anyway, we gained a new rune. Bone Spirit's Unfinished Business. Bone Spirit explodes, dealing 1250% weapon damage as cold to all enemies within 10 yards on detonation. Okay, sure, fine. Draw a life. Increase your life regeneration by 10% for each enemy within 20 yards. Now that is something I very much like. The more you need it, the more you have it. So overwhelming essence is gonna make place for draw life. our current recovery or life regen. Life per second, 1700. So I'm gonna get another 170 for every enemy within 20 yards. And I think 20 yards is about until here. I think 15 was about here, so then 20 is about there. That's not quite bad. Good work with that. Also, I think this might be slightly off, so it won't go to the right here. Looking for the Forgotten Ruins. They're gonna be around here somewhere. And I seem to remember them being somewhere in the top right of this area. Pretty close to the exit, actually. Or at least the entrance into the next area. And Lightning Shrine, that's always nice. More XP. And we got 3 minutes on our life buff. That's a fair amount.
Slake your thirst on
Hello
the
there,
Hell's
Fazul.
blood, my children. Dream deep and be blessed.
Drink Reap? Nah, I don't think so. They kind of turned into skeletons there.
No more will perish here.
Thank the Seraphim for that.
Ah, yes.
Fezul Alcazar promised that he would lead his followers from sinful Chaldeum to a lily-strewn paradise at the heart of the desert, and that the journey would transform them beyond all recognition. Judging by the condition of the gnawed corpses found weeks later, Fezul kept at least one of his promises.
He transformed them, alright. Okay, there's a yellow in there. Let's take a step back and have a look and see what it's actually doing. Okay, so it's frozen, it's poison, and it's a black hole. Also, I didn't mean to teleport in place. That was rather unhelpful. Okay, this is getting a little more intense and interesting than I would prefer it to be. So let's portal through. Let's take a step back. The best strategy in most situations is always just take a step back, go back to places where you've been before, where there's not too many things that are trying to murder you, and then start from a safe place. In fact, we just picked up an ability that grants us more life regen when we are surrounded by enemies. Doesn't mean that we want to get surrounded by enemies, it's just to help us get out of those situations. Also, I spotted poison again. Okay, so that's one thing down, and let's deal with the rest of these.
I'm afraid not.
Okay, let's put a golem on there, because that is working pretty well. Golem does quite a lot of damage. If you use the Bone Golem's activated ability, you do a lot of damage in one place. And it stuns things when it goes there, so mobs really have a difficult time actually getting out, which works pretty well. So skeletons have a decent habit of just wandering about, tagging as many opponents as possible to just keep them occupied while the skeletal mages pummel them down. If you activate your skeletons, they will of course focus on a single thing and leave that focus behind. Okay, back to 10. And then is a good time to suck up corpses. Act 2 has some of the areas that feel like they are the largest in the game. Dalgo Oasis is one of them. It always feels like you're going through a pretty large area. There's a lot of possible side areas and events that can spawn here, but it does feel like you're walking through a pretty large area. And the desert that we will encounter a bit later also feels very large. Relative at least to some of the other areas. Okay, so I think that was the bridge that we have to take. Oh, this is the bridge. So we're getting close. Hello there.
Will not enter the aqueducts. Lord Belial demands your blood.
Well, here, have some skeletons, a golem. I'll even throw in some bone mages. Yes, I think the bridge is ours, but we're not here for the bridge. We are here for the Forgotten Ruins. It should have an entrance somewhere nearby. Ah, yes. Can't attack the harpies or the gore harriers when they are in the air. Swampy cellar, that's not quite what we're looking for. There. The search continues.
I'm afraid not.
My respects.
Hey, 51. Yes, maybe we should add some more bone skeletons. Bone mages. You do notice whenever they're not all up, then damage output suffers rather greatly. Let's see, that's a dead end. Up to 9 minutes of maxed out life. We are definitely building up a larger stockpile of corpses than we are consuming the time of, which is good. Because of course, the less we have to think about not having our life completely topped up, the better it is. Right. Yeah, that red trap. I think it's the one we need, but if it's there, we might as well walk through this. Question is, can we portal down? Yes, we can. Excellent. We can always just summon our skeletons in and, well, it effectively acts like a teleport. And I'm sure the golem will find a way to get here. Up there is Mundungo. Who, if I remember, can teleport. Well, if he's up there... Ah, yes. I was gonna say, if he's up there and I'm not, then I might teleport to him, but if he's just doing me the courtesy of actually coming over...
That is not possible.
Shouldn't say no to that opportunity. And that was... Don't go. And onwards we walk. Still looking for wherever the Forgotten Ruins might be.
Oh, this darkness makes me tired.
Shall I leave you here then?
I was only jesting.
I like the humor of the Necromancer.
Not enough essence.
Okay, doubt this is it, but best double check it, and indeed, this is not where we need to be. So, check that bit, and after that we'll actually have to do some backtracking. That's definitely the the arrow pointing the way forward in areas where there are multiple places you could go. Definitely a nice feature that they added in adventure mode that in the campaign you are kind of missing. Okay, just to double check that is indeed an exit as well.
Traces
Yay!
of Zoltun Kulle's magic linger here.
Looking for Zoltun Kulle, and luckily we found it. Didn't have to backtrack too much. So, got 10 minutes all left now. Excellent.
We are in agreement. Kulle, the renegade, must be stopped. He seeks to duplicate the power of the stones and wield it for his own ends. He is obsessed with the powers of heaven and hell. Drawing their attention will only bring doom to us all.
Oh, things popped up behind us. Okay, another way forward. Yeah.
We must face another trial, my friend.
Knockback, fire change, and damage reflection. Here, everybody focus on that guy. Just have to remember to keep enough mages up. And then once again, just keep focusing on the guy that's nearest to us. Nearest and dearest. And then they will surrender their loot.
That is what I have trained for.
Okay. Let's see if this is the right way. So we did leave a small branch behind there.
This world can abide you no longer.
That's a pretty harsh insult, isn't it? Saying the entire world hates you. Is this something that's difficult to prove?
My essence is too low.
Lovely. This is the area where we have a lot of minions just popping up behind us. Like these
The night
little
embraces
imps.
you.
But luckily, we're doing alright. 12 minutes. Let's see if we can get it up to an hour.
I
Would be
need
nice.
essence.
Doesn't really matter though if it's over a minute or if it's over 5 minutes, then it's effectively infinite. Given just how many corpses we have, we tend to absorb. But it's nice if we can just get it up to a ludicrous amount.
Give it more time.
And the next battle requires more mages. Okay, bits of gold scattered on the
My
floor.
essence is
That
too low.
hints at treasure goblins, but maybe we should not be standing on top of the spawn point of the arcane beamy. Okay, golem, do your thing. Cool. And that was them. These enemies are, oh, they're doing some damage. We have to be careful, but it's not unforgivingly, punishingly hard. course, no, Torment 1 is not the highest Torment level, but I think it's good enough for now. Oh, we got a fair challenge. Let's see, we can just shoot things from here, which is also going to be hilarious. Just teleport the skeletons over there, then we can teleport ourselves over there, and then just resummon our
Not enough
mages. And suck up all the corpses, get the essence. Do it again. So normally when I play through Diablo, doesn't really matter in what fashion. Could be adventure mode, could be campaign mode. Most of the time I start out on hard, because that's... Oh, it's just a small smidge up from normal, and even if you have absolutely no gear, then on hard you still have a pretty decent time. You are big. And you are very big. Teleporting, missile dampening. I want open space, because he's gonna body block me otherwise. Okay, we have some open space where we can fight.
I need essence.
Okay, that guy. Let's shoot our regular minions at him. And we can take care of the others. Just stick the golem at him. Oh, wait. That was not quite the plan. Yeah, taking him out though. He's a bit distracted. And we got a unique amulet. Another one, I might add. Because we already did get one before. The flavor of time. Int, fit, crit damage, reduced cooldown, movement speed. Okay, so we lose a boatload.
We must be getting
Of
close to
regen.
the head by now.
But in
How do you know
exchange we
that?
gain vitality.
Intuition.
10% movement speed is very tempting. It's very tempting. But for now I'm gonna go with, let's just stick with what we've got. And let's move forward. Let's just double check that the end here was actually a dead end rather than a way forward. So I think I got distracted a little bit. And indeed, this is a dead end. So as I was saying, normally I start on hard difficulty, which is the first step up from normal. And basically I play through until I have a decent weapon. Basically until I have some blues. It's level 10 or something. Then I switch it to one up, which I believe is Master. I think that's the one that grants you 100% increased XP.
You no longer.
That's a small bump in difficulty, and it's a nice challenge, but it's not overly difficult, not overly insane, and especially if you're playing something a little squishier, then it's a little bit more forgiving. Or if you're now playing in a new season and you don't actually have the opportunity to craft as much gear as I have been crafting, because that is the one advantage I have been giving myself, just being able to regularly craft updates. But most of the time, by the time you hit level of 20, level 30, you got
so
all rare
much
gear,
more now.
maybe 1 or 2 legendaries. Then usually I crank up the difficulty again. So then we're playing on, I believe, Expert. That's the one step below Torment. And usually that's where I stay until I hit level 60 or so. And at 60 I bump it up again for the chance of getting the endgame tier gems, because they will start dropping then. Let's have a look at the new skills. Ooh, new Blood Siphon. Purity of Essence. Essence gained is increased to 20 while you are at full health. Instead of slowing them down. You know what? I actually like it. Also, Bone Spikes got Bloody Spikes. Enemies hit bleed for 50% weapon damage as physical over 2 seconds. And heal you for 0.5% of your total life over the duration. Okay. So it's the quarter the effects of Blood Siphon against a single target, but against a group you actually gain more. So let's actually experiment a little bit with Bloody Spikes. Oh, Golem, Blood Golem. Active. The Golem sacrifices itself, healing you for 25% of your health. and reconstructs at the targeted location. As the golem reconstructs, the veiny tendrils damage nearby enemies for 450% weapon damage. That's physical. Okay, so we go from something that basically gives us quite a bit of damage in a fixed location to a small amount of damage relatively to the old one, but we gain a powerful heal. You know what? Not entirely convinced by that. On the other hand, I haven't seen it, and it would be nice to actually see the golem. Blood Rush, Hemostasis, removes the health cost, so it just becomes a teleport. You know what? That might be the best one yet. Okay, so the Blood Golem looks icky. Definitely not a fan. So if we explode you, and it regrows. Okay, and Kane lost Essential over here.
Duriel is the twin of Andariel. I believe that they conspired together to assist Diablo in releasing Mephisto and Baal, though they had both supported the lesser evils in the past. The Lord of Pain was found guarding Baal's prison, the tomb of Tal Rasha, when he was slain by heroes.
Okay, if I were the one designing this level, where the heck would I hide the exit? Ah, there, yeah, there's another side branch from the next bit. Ah, yes. Excellent. Some mages to fight the chickens. I mean, whatever it was before it turned into a chicken.
My essence is too low.
Okay. Ooh, wow, it actually punched back the golem.
We set out in 1 week's time into the desolate sands to search for Kulle's hidden archives. None of us have any idea what to expect. How far has Kulle's madness driven him? How much power has he accumulated in his mad quest? I can only hope we are not too late.
Okay. And we need to move further. Travel to the entrance. I believe that is indeed what we wanted to do. And then we can have chats with Adria.
If you keep holding back, then you'll never improve.
Ah.
It is time. Leah, cast the spell as I taught you.
I live again.
Zoltun Kulle. We need you to activate the Black Soul Stone. We would use it to trap the last 2 Lords of Hell.
I know your voice, stranger. It has haunted me in death, just as it commanded me in life. Tyrael.
I am, but now mortal.
Fate is whimsical.
The angel. Mortal. The mortal. Now a ghost.
I will give you the Black Soul Stone, but in exchange, I must be made whole once again.
You were treacherous before. How do I know you won't be an even greater threat once you've been fully revived?
You don't. So you must ask yourself, how much would you risk to save this wretched world?
Everything.
So be it. To begin, you will need to retrieve my blood from the dungeons where it has been hidden away. You will find them in the desolate sands beyond the aqueducts.
I'm going to go with you. We should bring Kulle's head with us. Maybe he'll have something useful to say. I'll put him in your bag.
Yay. So I have one Cool's head in the bag. Also, we are getting slightly larger gems this time. So, you might have noticed me just looking over my items while we were listening to the lore. It is nice that you can do that. So let's have a quick chat with the folks here. Because they have more to say now.
After surviving the devastation in Tristram all those years ago, I swore vengeance upon Diablo and his ilk. I've sacrificed everything for it. This is my path, and I will follow it through to its bloody end.
Leah is a very trusting individual, isn't she?
She has a kind heart.
You could not be more different.
Kindness will not help us survive in these dark times. The Lord of Lies is cunning. He wears many masks to hide his shifting nature from us. But we will have an advantage over him. The Black Soul Stone. Belial fears its power, for Soulstones have bested his siblings in the past, and he could be imprisoned as well.
Okay, Tyrael, you're next.
Have you faced Belial before?
Not openly. He was never one to lead an army, always in the shadows, much like his mentor, Mephisto. He wields intrigue and artifice as proficiently as you wield your weapons.
Truth be told, I think the skeletons are a little bit more proficient with their weapons, but I think I get what he's trying to say. But by the way, we have reached the end of this episode. Next episode, I'm gonna head into the ancient waterways and look for more body parts of Zoltun Kulle. So for now, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next episode. Bye bye.